Hi, welcome to We Stand. This is the YWCA of the Lord Cape Fear first event that is virtual, and we're so happy that you're joining us today. My name is Velva Jenkins, and I'm the CEO of the YWCA of the Lord Cape Fear. I am joined today by Rachel Lewis Hilburn. She is the host of WHQR, local public radio, and she also hosts the show called Coastline. She is the voice of the people. We are thrilled to have Rachel with us as a co-host on We Stand.
Thank you, Velva, and I'm thrilled to be part of this. I've been a fan of the YWCA's work and mission for years. And one of the differences in what we do in this community is I do my best, along with the rest of the WHQR news team, to shine a light on the issues in the community. And it's you and the YWCA and the volunteers and the staff and the people in the community that support your efforts that actually do the boots on the ground work. So I'm thrilled to do whatever I can to support this.
Thank you, Rachel. So glad to have you supporting us, because we stand for against racism. And we are the voice for the community that want to empower women, because we stand for women. We stand for youth that need to be empowered and motivated. We stand for women that's lost their job and they need help in refocusing, retooling, retraining, and getting new skills. It's all about standing for our community, and we are so happy to be here today to stand for over 100 years. We don't want you to just take our word for what the YWCA has done in this community for over 100 years, but currently we have people that will speak for themselves, that will let you know how we have benefited their lives, how we have impacted their lives. So now you will hear from them.
The YWCA is eliminating racism and empowering women. And that's one of the things that I like about the YWCA, because there's nothing any better than being around women that's empowered. What most of you all don't know about the YWCA is that we are mission driven. And I would just like to tell you that we are the oldest and the largest women's movement. And because of that, we've been around for quite some time. And we've been able to accomplish a lot of things, especially here in Wilmington. One of the things that happened this year that really affected the YWCA was we had to cancel our Women of Achievement. And what this did for us, it kind of threw us back a little. But we're going to make this thing happen, because we know that our community thinks enough of us and know exactly what we've done in the past to come to our rescue. So we know that you are there for us. And we're not even worried about that, because you know that we empower women. And the good part about it, once those women are empowered, they stay here in the community and give back. So you are well aware of what it is that we're doing here at the YWCA. One of the things I want to say is, being that the Women of Achievement was canceled, and it did cause us to lose a lot of money and everything. And that happened because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But that's not going to stop us, because we have a goal in place, and we are determined to meet our goals, and we are determined to do what it is that we've done in the past. It may take a little extra doing here and there, but we know that you are going to come to our rescue. We really know that, and we are trusting in you. And, you know, one of the other things that I like about the YWCA is that it prepares our young women, and it helps them to be resilient, and it helps them to be self-sufficient. So, you know, I just love the YWCA, the things that they do, what they represent. They represent not only just the Y, but they represent our community. So at this time, I just want to take a moment to say thank you for all of your support that you have given us in the past, and all of the things that you have gone over and beyond to make the YWCA successful. Once again, thank you very much.
Greetings. YWCA of Lower Cape Fear. I am so sad not to be able to be with you in person celebrating at this time. But I send you all most warm greetings from rainy Asheville. I know that this time is a difficult time for all of us, finding ourselves sheltering in place, finding ourselves isolated from friends and family, finding ourselves unable to participate in the kind of celebrations we had been looking forward to for quite a while. But we can continue to work together for a better world. And your YWCA continues to do the important work of building a healthier, a stronger community, whether it is through its programs such as New Choices or the Grandparent Support Network. The work of the YWCA continues. And it stands to empower women and to end racism is a struggle that we all are asked to support it in. And so I ask you that even at this time, as we are at home and not gathered celebrating, remember the work of the YWCA and help it as much as you can. I ask you, be generous with your resources in this time as we try to come together as community, even as we are physically separated. God bless you all.
Hello, I'm Louise Coggins, and I'm here to tell you how much I love the YWCA of Wilmington. For 100 years, the Y has had the incredible mission of the empowerment of women and the elimination of racism, two of the main goals and missions of my own life. They do incredible work in our community, and during COVID, they have remained open every day to take care of the children of our first responders, healthcare workers, firefighters. They are there every day, staying open when everyone else is shutting down. The Y is here for women and children and families. Their work inspires me. They stand for the best of what our society is. And they especially need us in today's time. We have a wonderful fundraiser every spring for the Women of Achievement. And this year, of course, we are not able to celebrate together. We are staying home for everyone's safety, but this was the main source of funding for much of the Y's great work. So when you aren't going out to dinner and aren't spending money on travel, could you send a little bit of money to the Y? We need it, and they use it so well to help all of us to make our community better. We congratulate the Y on their ongoing work to change the world, and I am so pleased and proud to be a part of the good that they do in our society. Thank you.
COVID-19 has provided us all with a great new set of challenges, a situation that we haven't seen in this country for over 102 years. And throughout all that, our community has really rallied, and during this initial preparation and action towards COVID-19, it's been those essential workers, whether they're healthcare workers or frontline workers in all the industries that keep us going, that have made such a huge difference. And for that, I'm deeply grateful. As we begin to enter phases of recovery, we know that things are going to continue to be different for quite some time. And so things like childcare are going to be incredibly important to continue, and to continue in safe and different ways than we have previously done in many cases. This is where organizations like the YWCA have been so incredibly helpful in being able to maintain childcare for those essential workers. As we go into our next phases and new and different careers are necessary, innovative ways of doing work will be required in order to keep us all safe through what's going to be the remainder of the pandemic. We know that we can stand behind organizations such as the YWCA to create new training paradigms to help prepare the workforce of the future and to give us all a better chance of making it safely into remarkably different times.
Today I'm here to thank you for joining us, and I was thinking about why what we do at the YWCA is so important. Today, more than ever, it feels like things are beyond our control. If not the COVID-19, acts of racism, violence, discrimination, and frankly, I myself have felt like helpless, that I just feel like myself, my little voice can't make a difference. But tonight, you can make a difference by supporting what we do at the YWCA every day. Because at the YWCA, we stand every day to fight against racism. And every day we stand to empower women and fight racism. So tonight, you can make a big difference and you can feel empowered by making your contribution to all the thousands of people that we help and the programs that impact 4 counties in the Cape Fear region: Columbus County, Pender County, Brunswick County, and right here in New Hanover County. We make a difference in so many lives. And when you feel helpless, you can know right now that your gift will be making a huge difference in the lives of grandparents who are raising their grandchildren, in the lives of teenagers who are finishing high school and raising babies. In New Choices, our program that helps women struggling from getting out of financial abuse and physical abuse situations to get back on their feet financially and be in control of their lives. You can make a difference in women that come to our Flow Motion swim program, survivors of breast cancer. You can make a difference in feeding children that come to our daycare program and helping the families of the essential workers who are going out there every day right now on the front lines, and we have kept our daycare center open for them. You can feel empowered by making your contribution today. Whatever you can afford, it will make a difference. And we thank you. I thank you, because I feel empowered when I know that I'm making a difference right here in the community in which I live.
Hello, this is Jim Moore, representing James E. Moore Insurance Agency, longtime supporters of our wonderful local YWCA. And with what's going on today, the work of the YWCA, in my opinion, has never been more important or needed more. Eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. I think in my lifetime, there's never been a period of greater need for this work than there is now. And I strongly encourage you to join me in continuing to support the Wilmington YWCA in its efforts to accomplish these objectives. Thank you.
We stand yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That's our theme for tonight. Because yesterday, during the pandemic flu of 1918, we opened our doors when the hospital was overflowing with patients. The YWCA was there. And today, we've opened our doors for essential workers to care for their kids. And we are delivering meals and essential needs to the families that are raising their grandchildren. We are here today continuing to do the work that we do every day. Whether or not the COVID is hitting this whole country, the YWCA Lower Cape Fear is getting up and standing to do the work. And we invite you to stand with us. You can be strong with us. We stand and we invite you to stand with us too.
Hello, and this is Mayor Bill Sapp. I just want to come talk to you briefly about the YWCA, a great organization here in the city of Wilmington that was established in 1914. What a lot of people don't realize about the YWCA is that back in 1918, 1919, when we had a Spanish flu pandemic here in the city of Wilmington, this organization stepped up and took in Wilmingtonians and citizens from around the region that were in need of help. Our local hospital, James Walker Memorial Hospital, was packed to capacity and could take in no more patients. So the YWCA opened up their doors and took in patients. But not only did they take in patients to help them nurse them back to health, they also supported this community by providing food and essential services to people that were in need at that point in time. Fast forward 102 years later, the YWCA is doing exactly what it did in 1918, 1919. It's stepping up, it's helping our community, it's helping essential workers and first responders in providing daycare services for those folks. It's also supporting grandparents networks, grandparents that are taking care of their grandkids. Their stand against racism, their programs to end gun violence, the many, many programs that they provide in our community day in and day out to help our city. I cannot thank them enough, and I please ask you to support this great organization. They've done a tremendous job. Continue the great public service you have to our city of Wilmington, North Carolina. God bless you, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Khadijah Tribier-Reed. I am a pediatrician in Wilmington, North Carolina. I want to talk to you today about health disparities. I am an African-American woman, and some of the most cherished people in my life are African-American women. I mean, these are the women who taught me how to garden, how to cook cabbage, how to project my voice and speak clearly. But African-American women are dying. We're dying way out of proportion to our non-Hispanic white counterparts. We're dying of diabetes, HIV, AIDS, cancer, you name it. Almost any illness you can name, we're dying well out of proportion to white women. I mean, if you know an African-American woman, 9 times out of 10, you know someone who has high blood pressure or cardiovascular disease, because 1 out of 2 African-American women have cardiovascular disease. And diabetes, we're twice as likely to die of diabetes-related complications than our white counterparts. Just everyday joyful moments like having a baby become life-altering when an African-American woman is 3 to 4 times more likely to die in childbirth than a white woman. So, why is this happening? We always wonder why. Well, our communities have less access to healthy foods. We have less parks in our community. We have less access to health care. But the YWCA of the Lower Cape Fear names it. I mean, their mission is to eliminate racism and empower women. So your contribution to the YWCA of the Lower Cape Fear makes your community healthier. It promotes wellness programs and activities for communities that may otherwise be forgotten. So thank you. Thank you for your contribution.
Hi, my name is Brandy Myers, and I have 2 children that attend the child care at the YWCA. The YWCA means a lot to us here. My sons love coming here. They talk about their teachers and their friends all day long when we're at home. I work from home. However, having the YWCA helps us keep the kids on a really good routine while also allowing me to continue to do my work. And especially now during the pandemic, it's been such a blessing for us to have the YWCA open to keep the kids on their normal routine and keep life as normal as possible for them. The teachers here are absolutely incredible.
My family and myself have been a part of the YWCA ever since I can remember. We joined when my sister and myself were really little and just learning how to swim, and ever since then my sister and myself have grown up in the program of swim team and have learned how to swim and have fell in love with swimming ever since. And though we moved on to club swimming and year-round swimming, every summer we would come back to the YWCA since the program it fosters such growth and allows for kids just to be themselves and have fun within the aquatic program.
So YWCA is important to me. So I've been doing REACH since 6th grade, and I am in 9th right now. And we first had Miss Kyla, and we love Miss Kyla, everybody did, and then Miss Kyla. But then we got Miss Chiquita and Miss Tequila, and we really loved them and really had a good time, and we could relate to them a lot. And they would always talk to us about how we could help each other and how we could improve our relationships with our family and stuff, and how we can actually be more empowering instead of putting each other down all the time.
My name is Diana Gentry, and when I started taking care of my 2 grandchildren, Katie from the YWCA told me about the Grandparents Network support. And so I've been receiving support ever since then, and that's been about 2 years. And I've met friends who have helped me through emotional crisis, dealing with my grandchildren and, situations that just came up. So, getting to know other grandparents, we exchange, advice and experience and handling situations. And we get a night out, which is just so needful. And so we get to talk to one another in a group setting. We get to fellowship, and our children get to fellowship with the other grandchildren of the grandparents. And I want to say babysitters, caregivers who watch them are great. They're very good with children. So any emotional situations they're dealing with, they're just calm with them. So that's, a comfort. Being in this group is a real blessing, and I would recommend it to other grandparents.
My name is Jasmine Mims. I love the REACH program because the teachers, they get you and they can help you with your problems, and even if you have a problem at home, they'll talk to you about it and help you get under control. And if you need to talk to your parents, they'll tell you to talk to your parents and try and get them to understand about it. And I also like REACH because there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can have, when it's time to have fun, you can have fun, but then when you have to work, you have to work. And they try and make it fun when it's really fun.
So let's talk about tomorrow. The YWCA is going to be here tomorrow, as we have been here for over 100 years. And tomorrow, your contribution will allow us to continue to grow our programs, to increase the number of people that we can help, and to broaden the scope of our reach with our programs, and make improvements to our building, enhance the facilities. I know so many of you come into the daycare center with your children, and we want to make it ever more special for you. And I know that so many of you listening love our swimming pool with that bubble, but we have to make improvements to that facility. We know it. We've heard you. I know those locker rooms can be so much better, and we want to fix that enclosure so it's not just a bubble anymore. We're going to make it fabulous, and we need your support tonight to do that, because we are going to be here for you tomorrow for a very long time. Thank you.
We've heard a little bit about some of the programs that go on at the YWCA, some of the work that the YWCA does in the community, and some of that work that is still going on, that important work that's going on during the pandemic. And so before we get to hearing from some of these individual folks who have really benefited from the YWCA's programs, make a donation. It's time to give. It's time to do your part. And thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Alejandra Castillo, CEO of YWCA USA. On behalf of our entire network, I want to say thank you for your ongoing support of YWCA during these unprecedented times. YWCAs across the country, like YWCA Lower Cape Fear, are on the front lines of COVID-19 response and recovery. In this time of tremendous uncertainty and fear, our community's most vulnerable children, women, and their families continue to rely on us for critical services like childcare for essential workers, delivering meals and groceries to families, and assisting women and mothers who have faced job cutbacks, low wages, and loss of housing. As we navigate COVID-19 pandemic, YWCA is planning ahead by adapting our services and programming to be ready to serve the needs of our communities as they emerge and rebuild after the pandemic subsides. We cannot do this work alone. We rely on support and contribution from people like you, who are equally committed to our mission to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. I want to highlight and commend the great work of Velva Jenkins and the entire staff and volunteers at YWCA Lower Cape Fear, as well as recognize the leadership and commitment of the Board of Directors, led by the Board Chair, Carol Kennedy. It is the steadfast commitment to service and community that exemplifies the extraordinary team of YWCA Lower Cape Fear. There are many ways to support YWCA Lower Cape Fear. You can make a monetary donation, donate essential in-kind supplies like gift cards to your local grocery store, cleaning and disinfectant products, and food for infant and children. You can also contact your member of Congress to demand the inclusion of emergency relief for nonprofits and community partners in the next stimulus package. Thank you so much again for your ongoing support of YWCA when our communities need it the most. I hope you enjoy this virtual event, and I look forward to the day when we can all reunite together in communities across the country. In the meantime, stay safe and stay healthy.
Hello, I'm Dr. Lakeisha Jarrett. Black and brown people are more likely to be essential workers. They are more likely to be the people who are stocking the shelves, checking you out at the grocery store, making deliveries. There are many factors as to why black and brown people have not done as well with COVID. One of the ones that I want to speak about today is weathering. Weathering is a stress of dealing with racism and hatred on a daily basis. This stress actually contributes to poor health outcomes, worsening immunity, and worsening disease states. YWCA provides health and wellness programs to promote women's health. By supporting the YWCA, you are supporting women and therefore creating healthier communities. Thank you.
7 years ago, I had come out of breast cancer treatment and really needed to build up my strength. And the doctors just said, go out and live your life. And the first thing I did was go to a gym. They had me doing things that the physical therapist had already told me not to be doing, so I didn't feel safe. And I read in the newspaper about the special program here at the YWCA that was for breast cancer survivors. One of my motivations, besides the cohesion with the group that we're exercising with, is that medical studies show that if you've had breast cancer and you exercise every day, you can decrease your reoccurrence from 9 to 44%. And so that was a great motivation. The whole family here at the Y has just been so supportive. We have one young man in his 30s that's a professional artist, and he would be swimming his laps while we were in one of our classes, and all of a sudden he presented us a beautiful painting because he admired everyone's courage. And it's not really courage, it's just, dedication. But he says water really is healing, and this is the pattern of sunlight on the bottom of the pool. And that was just unsolicited. He just had seen us having a good time, really exercising, and wanted to show his support some way.
One of the elements of this pandemic that a lot of us don't get to see in person is the work that still goes on here at the YWCA. We have childcare going on here for first responders, for people who are on the front lines who don't have the luxury of perhaps staying home and self-isolating. This is what keeps our society here in southeastern North Carolina continuing to function as it does. These are the children of the medical workers who are on the front lines, and there's such a huge range of medical workers in this area, ranging from doctors and nurses to custodial staff, environmental technicians in the hospitals and the clinics. We're talking about the people who are checking you out in line at the grocery store. Those people show up for work every single day, and so many of those people have kids. We're fortunate to have organizations like the YWCA to take care of those children so we can have those frontline workers in place. And these are people who, in many cases, are risking their lives to make their contributions to the community. These are also people who don't necessarily have the economic cushion to say they want to stay home during the pandemic. These are people who are thinking about how they're going to make rent next month, and they don't have the luxury of making those personal decisions. The least some of us can do right now to support this kind of work in the community is to give. Give to the YWCA. Give so that the YWCA can keep funding these important programs that's keeping the Cape Fear region and southeastern North Carolina intact right now. So many people reach out to us at the station to ask what they can do during a time like this. This is one of those moments when you can step up and really make a difference. For the time and the money that you can contribute, that will have a profound impact right here in your own backyard.
I just want to give a testimony of my experience with the YWCA. They have been beneficial to me in a lot of ways, through being able to meet people, being able to facilitate a way of getting rid of my pain. I was able to receive a scholarship from the Y, and they worked with me, and I'm able to come where it doesn't interfere with my budget. The Y has saved me in so many ways, because At one point I was volunteering. I wasn't able to do that because I wasn't mobile. And now that I'm able to come several times a week, it makes it where I can do the things that I like to do and to be able to pour into other people. There's a sense of community when the pool gets to the point where there's a number of people doing laps. What we do as a community, we will pair up in that lane, and the ones who are exercising, they have their own space. I've seen the progress of the ones who come in hurting and bent over, and through the process of the workouts and the swimming, they're standing up straight, their self-esteem is better, their color is better. So I recommend anyone coming to the Y, because you'll get a sense of community and empowerment in terms of your body as well as with other people. It's a diverse group, and that's what I love more than anything, because as we get to know one another and our different likes and dislikes, you get to understand, even with this demographic, what's going on in the world. I see babies coming in at an early age learning how to swim, and for them to not have a phobia or a fear, that's wonderful. So I would say, if you have an opportunity, invest your time, invest in coming to the Y, invest your monies. If you have an opportunity to donate whatever you can, it would be needed, because we want this to keep going.
Hi, my name is Eileen Torres, and I belong to the New Choices program, and I'm here to tell you how great this program is. It's changed my life in many ways. Currently, I am working. I've been with my employer for 17 years, and I settled for that. But when I came across Macon, who directs the program, I came to realize that my job wasn't not the only thing out there for me. And she's been amazing since day one. She has taught me a lot of things. She's empowered me in many ways that I didn't think that I can do a lot of things. And right now I'm looking to go back to school, where 6 months ago I wasn't thinking about going back to school because I thought my job, that was it. Now I feel more confident. My experience with them, it has been going back to school, where back in the past, I've been so scared just because I'm almost 40, but Macon has given me that push to be able to take that step, and I'm starting school in the fall.
I have been in the TV and film industry since 1986, and now that I'm getting older, I am looking for a way to give back to my community. I have become a nationally certified phlebotomist. I am currently in the medical billing and coding program at Cape Fear, and I could not pay for the book. So Macon helped me arrange for the payment of the book through this program. And I will be able to give back to my community and earn a gainful living while I feel, while I bring myself to some pride.
The YWCA is important to me and my family. It's because it's a good fellowship. We get to meet everybody that has the same similar background, and you get to share some of your stories and help one another. And the Y has really helped us by having pool parties and just good fellowship, Y took a class here, and we enjoyed ourselves when we took the class, and just them being collaboration as far as with the class, with the kids, being attentive to the children and everything, and my kids enjoyed it. I didn't have no worries at all. You know, I was very comfortable coming here and bringing my children here at the same time, you know.
Now that you've heard from some of the folks who've really benefited from the YWCA's programs. We understand that this is just a sliver of what the YWCA actually does in this community. There are so many programs and there's so much need. The YWCA is not only looking for donations, but also volunteers, the aquatics program, the New Choices program, What's Wrong with Different, the anti-bullying program. Grandparent Support Network is one of the programs. You can volunteer, but most importantly right now, you can make a donation. Learn about what the YWCA does. Even if you've never set foot in the actual building on College Road in Wilmington, the YWCA has positively impacted your life if you're a resident of the Cape Fear region, one way or another. And now is the time to acknowledge that and say thank you and give what you can. Remember, $100 feeds 4 families of 4, 16 people. You can make such a difference right now. Plan to volunteer, make a donation, participate in the YWCA. The positive impact that you can have on this community in a material, tangible way is beyond words. And we're just so grateful that you're part of this community and that you're doing your part to make this a better place. Thank you.
The YWCA, the largest and oldest women's organization in the Cape Fear region, thank you tonight for your donations. Thank you for supporting Grandparent Support Network. Thank you for supporting our REACH program. Thank you for supporting aquatics. And thank you for supporting our youth enrichment program. We stand for our community, and we thank you for standing for us tonight. All that you do means so much to the YWCA. Thank you.
As we face down new and challenging times, it's important to support organizations like the YWCA that have been around since that pandemic 102 years ago. They've helped us make it this far, and they can help us again. And so I hope you'll join me in financially supporting this organization that's making such a huge difference for our community and communities across the country every day.
Please consider donating so other young children could have the same experiences in the aquatic program that me and my family have had.
Please consider donating to the YWCA, not only so that it can reach more children, but also so that it can continue to reach out and help with this wonderful community.
You should make a donation to the Y because they empower everyone, but especially females, because females get put down so much in society and they need more empowerment and they need reasons to keep the program going for people.
If you consider donating for this amazing program, which is not only helping me but other women out there also that not only are going back to school but are also going through other stuff, domestic violence or many other situations, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
If you are in a position to donate to the YWCA, it is a very worthwhile cause, and we definitely need your support. Thank you.
And we do need these donations to keep the building open, to be able to take kids wherever they need to be. Because it can be very cost effective. And those donations help along the way.
All right, go ahead. I want to encourage everybody in the community to support the YWCA. They do a great job. They empower women and they are working to end racism. And they have such a loyal, caring family. And they give so many services, child care to health care providers during the pandemic. Child care services anyway. They just are a wonderful organization. Please give.
If at all possible, it would be wonderful if you could donate. There are other women out there that have felt that sense of hopelessness. But with this program, I have hope now. And with your donation, we can bring help to other people.